The video you are about to see is the first in a series of 6 videos. These videos are a companion resource to the book Navigating Loss, a survival guide for the newly widowed. To order the book, visit an independent bookseller near you or Amazon.com. Hi, I'm Donna Marie Todd. I'm the author of Navigating Loss, a survival guide for the newly widowed. And welcome to this 6-week video series that will walk with you through grief and your recovery from loss. First, let me say how sorry I am that your partner has died. I'm sorry that we are here meeting this way. And I'm sorry for the pain that you are enduring. I'm so sorry. You've probably already figured out that widowhood is really stressful. But did you know that you have already endured the number one stressor on the Holmes-Rahe Life Stress Inventory Scale? Developed by 2 psychiatrists, this scale measures 43 life events for their amounts of stress and then predicts the likelihood of your becoming ill because of these stressors. And widowhood is the number one stressor on the Holmes-Rahe Life Stress Inventory Scale. And if you're like many of the widowed people that I work with, you may have experienced other stressors on the Holmes-Rahe Life Stress Inventory Scale. Things like a change in financial status, a change in living conditions, going from being in a dual household with shared responsibilities to suddenly becoming in charge of a solo household, managing all the responsibilities. Other common stressors in early widowhood are a change in sleeping habits, the number of family get-togethers, changes in how you vacation, changes in how you celebrate the holidays, birthdays, anniversaries. The reason that all these changes can be so stressful and contribute to illness is that when it comes right down to it, you are a mammal. And like all mammals, we humans are hardwired neurologically for deep connection. And you have just lost the deepest connection that you had. That connection has been disrupted. That disruption and all of these other stressors and changes, they have put you in the red zone for serious illness and even death. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to protect you. I want you to understand how important it is that you take care of your own health now, that you put yourself first. I don't know about you, but I entered widowhood in a total state of shock. The way my husband died was shocking, and I couldn't believe that he was really dead. I was married to a true Southern gentleman named Perrin. Perrin was 6'2" with jet black hair and big blue eyes. And he was 6'2" of solid muscle because he was an extreme athlete. He ran, he cycled, he swam. He was a businessman. He was an Eagle Scout and a Scoutmaster. He was active in his church. He was a Rotarian. He was a wonderful husband and a dedicated dad. He just had one little fault. He was born in Alabama. So he didn't know how to do housework. Because it's against the law in Alabama for a man to do housework. Now, he could do anything else. I mean, anything. He could take a vacuum cleaner apart and he could put it back together. He just couldn't plug it in and run it over a carpet. So when he told me on January the 1st that he was going to clean the house and do the laundry, I thought he was delirious from a fever or something, until he said that it was our 15-year-old son who was actually going to do the vacuuming. That did not go over well. Our son drug his dad out into the hall and he said, "Dad, what are you doing? You're going to ruin everything with Mom." And then the big buck and the little buck locked horns out in the hall. And when it was all over, the little buck put in his earbuds and he vacuumed the carpet. I was so thrilled that we were going to go to bed at 10 o'clock that night. Instead of watching our traditional Lord of the Rings with surround sound, orcs charging around, clubbing people, I was so happy that we were going to bed instead of watching Lord of the Rings that I actually was singing when I brushed my teeth. Happy New Year to me. Happy New Year to me. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to me. Oh, I fell asleep in his arms and I got some real Southern loving that night. But then I woke up at about midnight to a strange, strangling noise. And I said, "Honey, are you okay?" And he didn't answer me. And so I flicked on the light and I saw that he couldn't answer me because his tongue was turned upside down in his mouth and he was grabbing his throat with both hands and his right leg was thrown up over his shoulder. And I didn't know what was happening, but I knew it was way bigger than me. So I grabbed the phone and I dialed 911. And because I live in a really little town, everybody showed up. The paramedics, the firemen, the police, they were all there. And it's a good thing they were all there because it took 6 strong men to pull my husband out of that posture and strap his athletic body to a gurney. And then they left. And when my son and I arrived at the hospital, we were told that his dad was having a massive stroke, that a 5.5-inch clot had flown from his left carotid artery into his brain. And they needed to do emergency surgery. And they didn't know if he would live through the night. Happy New Year to me. My husband was so physically strong, so determined that he lived. And he fought so hard to learn how to walk again, how to talk again, how to swallow again. And the doctors said it was just a fluke, that it wouldn't happen again. And they put him on all this blood thinner. But they were wrong. It happened again 10 months later. And that time, it killed him. And that's how I became a widow at age 55. After my husband died, one day blurred into the next. I replayed the scenes of his stroke again and again and again in my mind, trying to find something that I could have done differently. And then one day, I just stopped doing that. I think my mind had finally made sense of the fact that he was dead, that he was gone. And gone was where things got really scary. Because gone was where I realized that this was a permanent change. It no longer mattered what had happened or not happened. He was dead. My partner was gone. I was alone. And the world was so quiet. So quiet. I could hear myself thinking. This deadly quiet. It greeted me when I came home. It sat in my husband's place at the dinner table. It slid in next to me at night. And I knew it wasn't going to kiss me goodnight or whisper, I love you. And I went from thinking, I've got this, I can do this, to being sucked underwater so far I felt like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't escape my grief. Has it been that way for you? When my husband died, my brains fell out. I was confused and sad all the time. I thought I was going crazy. Some days my coffee cup felt like it weighed 20 pounds, and other days taking a shower was a full-time job. Have you had feelings like that? And then there were so many changes, all at once. There were no more shared responsibilities. Suddenly I was in charge of everything all at once. And it was very stressful. Has widowhood been stressful for you? The quiet, the sadness, the changes, the loss, the grief. It's overwhelming, isn't it? Do you find it's hard to relax? I couldn't stop thinking in circles. My brain was going around and around like a hamster on a wheel. But I knew I needed to relax. I knew I had to let go of some of that stress or I was going to explode. So I began to research ways to relax. And I came across the work of this brilliant physician from Harvard, Dr. Herbert Benson. Dr. Benson developed a technique called the relaxation response. He even wrote a book about it. And this technique is so effective, it has been proven in so many clinical trials that I want to teach you how to use it to release your stress. Because with all the changes that you have been through with your partner's death, you might just need a little relaxation. And at the end of this video, you will know how to use the relaxation response to let go of all that stress. Here is Dr. Herbert Benson's relaxation response. I invite you to get comfortable. Just take a moment to adjust yourself in the chair or maybe even lie down on the couch. Now gently close your eyes. Now with your eyes closed, beginning at your feet, I want you to relax all your muscles. To begin, push your toes down and hold and release. Now push your heels down, hold and release. Press your lower back against the chair or couch, hold and release. Now push your upper back against the seat, hold and release. Now scrunch up your face and hold it
and release. One more time. Scrunch up your face, hold, and release. Now, keeping your eyes gently closed, letting your body deeply relax, begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Become aware of your breath coming in and going out. Breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And as you exhale, you'll say the word one silently to yourself. Breathing in and out, say one. Breathe in and out, say one. Breathe in, out, say one. Continue this way, breathing in, breathing out, saying one as you exhale. Continue this until the music ends. Breathing in, out, saying one.
And I encourage you to use Dr. Benson's relaxation response several times a day to release your sorrow and rebuild your body.
Thank you for watching this video from the 6-part Navigating Loss video series. In video 2, we'll explore all the changes life has thrown at you since your partner's death, and I'll share some proven ways you can help yourself feel safe again after suffering this catastrophic loss. Until next time, this is Donna Marie Todd, wishing you hope and healing.